Pyramid Intel, day number 11. Today's a day I'm tackling the most difficult topics for me, and I don't even have my sunglasses as a buffer. Funny how things work out, but I'm going to plow through it anyway. All right. There are groups scattered around the globe that could be classified as secret societies that come together with intention of committing crimes, creating crime scenarios that are pre-planned strategies to benefit themselves, make profit off of the suffering of others. Now, or otherwise known as organized crime. Wow, I had to make that really complicated. That's not a big secret. That's been going on forever. What is a big secret, which has also been going on forever, but it's been a secret, is that they are often executed on a spiritual level, not just on a physical level. I believe that within known physical organized crime, they also, just like many other governmental organizations, use both tactics. It's a lot easier to get away with it spiritually because of everyone's ignorance on this topic and a lack of physical clues and evidence. As we move forward into a higher frequency and everyone becomes more aware of it, there will be a higher awareness and more of an acceptance to use this type of evidence and research when prosecuting. Now, I mentioned in one of my other videos that there are spiritual people that participate in the justice system to help with all this, but they are kept in the background because it's not accepted. It could actually make the case go the other way, but that will be changing, and it needs to change, and I think we're in the middle of that transition now. So I want to talk a little bit about the different types of groups. So when you're talking about the non-physical world, if this is not familiar to you, this might sound really bizarre. Feel free to check out of this video at any time and move on, because it's not for everyone. Since we are energetic beings before all else, before our physical reality. Without the energy, there's nothing. Without the energy, which is your life force, you don't have any physicality. You know, that's the animation of the entire thing, the electrical part. So understanding the true nature of reality, why I'm always going on and on about it being so important, is because that's the root of everything, and that's what's been hidden from you. So it's really asked backwards, and so the people who have this information, we're like sitting ducks, and this is what needs to stop immediately. Because they have been, and I compare this to the Matrix film, remember how everyone's walking around thinking that they're living one life when really they're being sucked dry like batteries? Well, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what's been going on. All of your energy has been manipulated to create a reality for yourself, for everyone on the planet, that someone else wants you to manifest. So you have been imprisoned. You didn't know it. You maybe think you have been imprisoned on one level, depending where you live in the world, but there's so much more to it. And it's more like what I'm talking about. Now, the groups within groups, that's been for the elite sitting at the top that were well aware of that. And, you know, perhaps they were using and manipulating to a certain degree for their agenda. And within that group, you have the people who know and then use it for their own personal agendas. And all of this is going to be coming out now. and it's going to become really shocking for everyone on every level. So these groups, covens, we're all familiar with covens, Satan worshipping covens, black magic covens, witches, warlocks, all that shit. All true, all true. Usually it's like from a movie, or it happens in some other weird town, maybe in the bayou or in the slums of Los Angeles or something. No one ever thinks it's going to happen in their happy, sunshiny, suburban, upper middle class neighborhood. But then that's what will be a shocker. No one thinks that that's going to happen within their religious organization or medical systems or, educational systems. But I'm here to tell you that they are absolutely everywhere. Now, there is one that came to my attention recently that I was not particularly aware of. Was not in the forefront of my consciousness at all, but it's common knowledge among many intuitives. So I've been learning a lot and looking forward into the future on where all this is going, yes, but not looking forward to identifying all of it and then sharing it with you, but it needs to be done, so here I go. Because it ties into the trends that we're moving in that have to do with sex and everything, and this is why it's so important. I'm going to try to make this quick. So there are some covens that are all male, and whether they are gay, like they just are gay as a natural situation, or whether they are, with the information and knowledge that they have, choosing to use sexuality in a way that will benefit men rather than women, I don't know, and I don't really care. I'm just going to provide the information for you, but they are looking for the well-being of men in general, and certainly men in their coven over women, period. Their interactions with women are specifically to rape them of their energy and their spirit, and they feed off of that. It's a vampiristic energy feed. It's a life and soul destroying energy feed. They will have relationships with them, have a serious relationship or even a marriage in order to create a false front so that no one will ever suspect what they're doing. Now, there are some just normal gay people that do that, because they have a hard time integrating with heterosexual society. It's easier. Some, don't have any nefarious reasons other than they're just trying to work out their own angst. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about a group that specifically makes a strategy on all of these areas, premeditated, for the lowest reasons, absolute lowest reasons. And anyone who would go to the extremes that I'm talking about, they are, Luciferians, Satan worshipers, things like that. So they have their face, which would be a normal marriage, and then they will go out and have sex with as many people as possible, male, female, it doesn't matter, because the sexual process is a creative process. It is through the sexual act that you're able to control people, hook into them energetically, steal their life force, get really energetically anchored inside of another person's whole being, their whole source battery, and you can control that person, their emotions. You can suck all their energy. You can your energetic connection will allow you to project, to push or pull or whatever you want from that person. It makes it very easy to do. And especially where women are concerned, when they are having sex with a man, it totally changes them. They get engaged, hormones are released, and emotions, very emotional and all that stuff. And that's a true energetic power that they're able to access. So this is why they do it. So they run around doing this as much as possible, and they take all this energy back to the group. And they may choose to hand it off to someone else, maybe bring some home for their wife, whatever. They're killing this person and torturing them to take that energy somewhere else. Truly evil. They also are able, as a man, because they are depositing rather than withdrawing through the sexual process, if they are the top. They are able to dump their negative energy into the receptacle. So people are getting really abused in the most horrifying, conscious way. Now, this may sound really insane to you, and I understand that. But if you do a little research, look into it a little bit more, you're going to see that this is very much a real thing. Now, let's take it a step further. There is a global organization for people who are gay, male, female, doesn't matter, who think on the dark side in this way, and they're aware of all the things I just told you. Perhaps they've even participated in some groups that were participating in this way. Take it a step further. They add something else to the repertoire, which involves taking out insurance policies on the spouse that's just their front, and then killing them and taking that money and bringing it back to the group. Now, forensics have become quite advanced in 2022. So it's very difficult, becoming more and more difficult to get away with that kind of a murder. But when you have honed your skill to this degree, you can create a spiritual death, an energetic death with no physical evidence whatsoever. And they're so effective. They're so good at this. There are people in these groups at the top of these organizations that have the ancient knowledge, that have know exactly how to do it. They are masters of mind control, MK Ultra. They know what they're doing, and they do it with precision. You would be shocked how often this is going on. So that's my message. That's what I wanted to tell you. And the current trend in extreme promiscuity puts you at risk for all of these people that are walking around with this intention. And I'm not trying to scare anyone, but it's kind of like saying there are robbers in the area who will walk into your house if it's open and take everything that you have and leave you with nothing, just to starve to death. Okay, it's no different. So you may want to lock your doors. It's just that truth, that reality, we've already accepted, we've integrated it, and so we do what we can. We lock our doors, maybe set the alarm system, get some cameras, and go on our merry way. That's what we're going to need to do as we learn new information. Doesn't mean, turning your back on it is not going to help. Pretending it doesn't exist, keep rolling the dice with your life, with the lives of your children, your family. It's not going to help. You need to integrate this into your reality, and I believe more information will be coming out about this in the future. And if you're just hearing this for the first time, I apologize. I too was quite shocked, but you need to know it. And my advice right now, since we are in such hectic times, as I talked about in some previous videos, everything is escalating and people's secrets are becoming uncovered. The veil is lifting. What does that mean? When the people are saying the veil is lifting, it means as frequency gets higher and you can see more, they can't hide. There's nowhere to hide because people can see through the bullshit. And that's why all hell's breaking loose globally at this particular time. So naturally, they don't want to go down because they're in big fucking trouble. I dropped an F-bomb. Try not to do that. Big trouble. And that means that everyone needs to be on guard. You need to be on guard. If you do not have a sexual partner at the moment, it's probably not a good time to be looking. If you're in a long-term relationship and it's healthy, congratulations. Protect it with everything that you have. You need to be really careful. If you have any gut messages that are telling you things, anything about anyone, I don't care how much you don't want to look at it or how much you don't want that to be the truth. I suggest you pay attention and act on it because the truth is always in there, remember. If you are a light worker or anyone who is dedicated in a selfless way to planetary ascension, you're working within religious organizations for all the right reasons, you are a target. I'm not going to lie. Because if this is a spiritual warfare, how do you win? By accumulating as much energy as possible. So who are they going to go for? Ideally, the people who have the most energy as possible. And those are going to be the light workers, those that intentionally align themselves to, bring in as much as possible and let it flow outward to help others. Those are the targets. So this can happen to absolutely anyone. Also young people. The reason why trafficking is escalating is because of everything I just told you. This is how it starts to fit together. This is exactly how it fits together. This is, you hear trafficking, people can't even look at that part of it. And I'm just filling in parts of the puzzle for you. So this will be coming out. I don't know how long, when, why, where you're going to hear about it, but you're going to hear about it because this is the framework for the entire thing. And it's in the process of collapsing. So you will be hearing about it. So kind of process this information as a possibility. You don't have to listen to me, but now that you've heard it, you know that this is a possibility of what could be happening, and that's enough. That's enough to help you with cognitive dissonance. So if and when it crosses your path and you have to process it, you won't turn away and not believe it and hold everything up for yourself and everyone around you. The first step towards change is acknowledging exactly what is and where you want to go. So I hope you're having a good day, and looking forward to all of us getting stronger and better informed as we move forward. Okay? Love you. Have a great day. Bye.